Hello Sanika,
Hi.
welcome to Goals and congratulations, heartiest congratulations for
Thank you.
your success.
Thank you so much.
So, how was your study plan? How was your daily or weekly study plan or routine? How did you study for this
I
exam?
varied my study plan daily on subjects I felt like studying that day. I only made it a point to practice accountancy every day so I didn't lose touch. And I also made sure that if I studied one subject today, I didn't repeat it for another 2 or 3 days so I could cover all the 10 subjects that we have for our foundation exams. Other than that, I kept rotating my subjects so I wouldn't get bored and there would be even revision of all the subjects that I had.
How did Goals Teach Best study pattern help you in securing second rank at all India level in foundation exam?
Goals actually played a very big role in my study plan because of the VBT or the recorded lectures that you have. So they enabled me to get a very deep understanding of the various concepts of the tricky conditions or concepts in subjects. So if I didn't understand something, I could go back and revise it twice or thrice. So by the time I was done, it was very clear and I wouldn't get confused later on. Another great point about Goals is the exam preparatory test series. Not only did I understand the time constraint or the type of questions, but in the end we get an assessment. So in that assessment, they give a percentage preparation in each chapter.
Yeah, chapter
that has
wise
been
assessment.
asked in that subject or
Yeah.
the subject that's been covered. So it gave me a fair idea if I was weak in any subject or any chapter or if it needed more concentration or any concept that I had left behind. So that helped me to get a very even and a very, rounded view of my entire subject and syllabus. And then there was the discussion forum. The discussion forum, when I uploaded my questions on the discussion forum, I made it a point to upload all of my doubts so that I could get an answer at the same time. And then while I was going through the doubts uploaded by my peers, I could, get a point of view about what they were thinking, any doubts that they had. So it was very helpful because my view was very restricted before. So after that it widened, like these questions could be asked, these are doubts, I need to concentrate on this. So it helped me to get a very, a very wide approach. So all of my syllabus was covered.
Wow. In that sense, Goals is successful with you. Along with you, Goals is also successful in imparting knowledge to the students like you, right?
Yes.
How online learning helped you preparing for this multiple choice question pattern exam? Because foundation level exam is multiple choice question. So how was it your online learning experience?
The thing about multiple choice question exams is you need a very sound conceptual base. So online teaching helped me a lot because of the recorded lectures. Firstly, I could clear all of my doubts, as I've said before. Another point was the flexibility. I could listen to these lectures whenever I had the time or whenever I felt like. There was no set time frame. I didn't have to force myself.
And you had that study plan in hand, right? Teach
Yes.
Best was with you. So
Yeah.
you had that study plan with you and you adhered to the study plan and
Yes, I adhered to the study plan to some extent. The other part I formulated on my own because after all it all depends on you how you are feeling.
So as per your convenience,
Yeah.
you had that flexibility too.
Yes.
That's great.
So that was one flexibility, then convenience. I could do it whenever I felt like it. Like if I had 15-20 minutes free time, I could listen to lectures then. Or if I didn't feel like reading, I could still listen to your lectures, look at the lectures. So it helped me to get I was able to concentrate more because when I was attending these lectures, I wanted to attend them. I wasn't being like, I didn't have to go and sit. Abhi jana hi hai.
You are fully in that lecture.
It was.
You had
I was very
focus.
willing when I did those lectures. I went with the sole aim. I didn't go because I had to go.
Okay, that's great. But otherwise, what are you doing? What are you studying for?
Right now I'm an FI BCom student.
Okay.
So
Online learning helps you in studying for the CS exam as well as for FY exam simultaneously. Is that the way you are managing your studies?
Yes, that happened a lot because most of the times if lectures are clashing, a lot of time we give missed classes because college is after all more important. Sometimes we feel the colleges, we have to attend college, there are certain restrictions, so we have to miss classes. But that was not the case with online learning. I could match the lecture timings on online learning along with my convenience in colleges. So if I had to go to college on one day, I had to go, I could just come back and listen to the online lectures when I had the time, when I found it convenient.
Awesome. What will be your tips for prospective students or whoever are going to take this exam in the future for theoretical subject as well as for practical subject?
For theory subjects, I'll say that it is very important to read the module at least once or twice. Twice is minimum because when you read the module, it will take time, but you get a very good understanding of the concepts, because if you read notes or if you refer to a scanner or something, the notes are in a compressed, concise form, so you don't get the background of a particular concept. That doesn't happen in the module. In the module, you have a very detailed explanation of everything.
True.
And for theoretical subjects, I made mnemonics of points, so it helped me to understand and retain those points better. And if you're reading a module, you can just underline or mark important points or tricky concepts, so that when you revise later on, you save a lot of time. You don't have to read the entire module. You can just go look at your markings and you get an idea of what has to be done or what the entire thing is about, the concept is about. And for practical subjects like statistics and accountancy, I will say that it is very important to derive your own formulas or to understand the transactions. Like in statistics, if you're solving a sum, you solve it the entire way first instead of just taking a shortcut to get to answer. Because when you solve the entire sum, you get the logic behind every step. You understand why we are doing a particular calculation. So that way you have a very clear basic. So even if the sum is twisted or if it's changed, but the basic concept will remain the same. The premise of the sum remains the same.
Yes.
So if you've solved it once, you won't get confused or you won't get frazzled in your exams. And in accounts, you need to understand the transaction that gives rise to the entry.
Right.
Like if you have a clear idea of the transaction, you can make the entry on your own. There's no point in rote learning entry because entries change with situations.
Very true. What will be your message to all the CS aspirants?
My message to CS aspirants is that the curriculum is very vast, no doubt, but there's no need to get intimidated because all the subjects are very interesting. Once you start reading them, once you start understanding, practicing, solving, you won't understand how your curriculum has been covered because it is very interesting, very practical, very knowledge based. There is no room for rote learning or any sort of, there's no theoretical. There's a lot of theory, but all that theory has practical applications. So when you read, you'll start making connections in practical life. So that won't make it boring. And if you're going to take e-learning, if you're going to go the e-learning route, there's absolutely no worries because it is very convenient, very flexible, and especially in goals, what I noticed was the faculty is very good. So even if you're taking recorded lectures, you get a feel of that you're in a classroom.
Okay.
So if this is
my great place.
So if this is the route you're going to go, I'm going to say that it is very easy to crack those exams. You'll have to put in some hard work, but that goes for everything.
Yeah, that
we
is
do.
the part and parcel of your life, right? Wow, that's really great. All the best for your future.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Okay, Sanika, can you share your experience with the Goals faculties? How was your experience?
Goals faculties, truthfully, I went to Goals, I logged in on Goals mostly to solve the papers. I attended very few lectures, but the lectures I attended were of economics, the faculty of it is you. So I found that to be very informative, and the way you explain the concept, that it was very good. And then there's another feature that we have is we archive sessions on Goals. So even if I missed one of your lectures on that date, I could always go back into the archives, see which lecture I had missed.
Yes.
So even then I was under no compulsion to make it back home in a hurry or to log in, find an internet access, because I knew that even if I miss this lecture today, I can always go back, watch it in the archives, and then if I have any doubts, I can go on the discussion forum. Another good thing is on the discussion forum, I discovered this, a lot of faculty, they upload links of YouTube videos or any other videos they found on the internet that pertains to the doubts asked. So that helped me to get another point of view, because when you're teaching, it is one way, what I do from the module is another. But when I go to a YouTube video, it's an entirely new perspective, and it is not necessary that it is related to the CS curriculum. It may be entirely practical based or related to something else, but it gives me a new point of view about the concept that I'm approaching or the problem I'm solving.
It may be more practical in the sense.
Yes, so it all became very relevant to me. So there was no repetition and there was no bookish way of doing things. I knew if I was doing this, I was assured that this is going to help me wherever I apply it. The point was, there was no only exam point of view preparation. I was being prepared at the same time for practical applications or what I'll need further in my professional career.
Okay. Being Goals faculty, I feel so proud of you. Great pleasure to connect.
Thank you.
Thank you.